OSOYOO Mecanum Wheel Robotic Car Kit for Raspberry Pi.
Lesson 1B, Basic Software Installation.
Introduction. In this lesson, we will guide you through the installation and setup of the Raspberry Pi operating system, along with the necessary software and libraries to control your OSOYOO Mecanum Wheel Car Robot.
Part 1. Step 1. Prepare a newly formatted micro SD memory card with USB micro SD card reader. Recommended sizes are 16G, 32G. Skip this step if your SD card has pre-installed Raspbian OS image.
Step 2. Download the Raspberry Pi Imager from Raspberry Pi's official website. Step 2. Download the Raspberry Pi Imager from Raspberry Pi's official website.
Step 3. Format your micro SD card. Run Raspberry Pi Imager and select Erase in Operating System field and your micro SD card in Storage field.
Step 4. Run Raspberry Pi Imager. Select your Raspberry Pi 4 in Device, then select Use Custom in Operating System field, then browse Raspberry Pi OS you have downloaded, then select your SD card in Storage field. If you have burnt Raspberry Pi OS in your SD card, please skip Step 2 to Step 5.
Step 5. Click Edit Settings to configure the username and password. We use Pi as the username and Raspberry as the password in this example. And configure wireless LAN, then click Services to enable SSH. Finally, click Save.
Control Raspberry Pi remotely.
Part 2, Step 1. We need to know the Raspberry Pi IP address.
1. Connect Raspberry Pi to your HDMI monitor or TV. Put a keyboard and mouse into Raspberry Pi USB ports. Insert SD card, which has installed OS, into the slot on your Raspberry Pi. If you have already installed your Raspberry Pi robot car, please connect it to a screen to find out the IP address.
If you move over the LAN icon and get the notice as following. 3. Please click Configure the Wi-Fi setting as following. 4. Find out the IP address of the RPI. Method A. Connect your Pi to monitor and mouse. Click LAN or Wi-Fi icon to get the IP address as following photo. Step 2. Use an SSH client to control the Raspberry Pi remotely. 1. Please insert SD card which have installed OS into Raspberry Pi board. Before inserting the SD card, power off the Raspberry Pi first, and then power on Robot Car. 2. Download PuTTY and install this exe in your Windows PC. 3. Open PuTTY and click Session on the left tree-alike structure. Generally, it's collapsed upon PuTTY startup. Enter the IP address you got into the text box under host name and 22 under port. By default, it is 22. Then click Open. 4. Note that when you first log into the Raspberry Pi with the IP address, you'll be prompted with a security reminder. Just click Yes. When the PuTTY window prompts Login As, type in the username Pi and password Raspberry, the default one if you haven't changed it. 3. Open PuTTY and click Session on the left tree-alike structure. Generally, it's collapsed upon PuTTY startup. Enter the IP address you got into the text box under host name and 22 under port. By default, it is 22. Then click Open. Download PuTTY and install this exe in your Windows PC. Three. Open PuTTY and click Session on the left tree-alike structure. Generally, it's collapsed upon PuTTY startup. Enter the IP address you got into the text box under host name and 22 under port. By default, it is 22. Then click Open. 4. Note that when you first log into the Raspberry Pi with the IP address, you'll be prompted with a security reminder. Just click Yes. When the PuTTY window prompts Login As, type in the username Pi and password Raspberry, the default one if you haven't. Note, When you're typing the password in, the window shows nothing, just null, but you're in fact is typing things in. So just focus on typing it right and press enter. After you log in the RPi successfully, the window will display as follows. Changed it. Step 1. Enable I2C. Select Interfacing Options, I2C, Yes, OK, then Finish. Step 2. If you don't have rpi.gpio and Adafruit-PCA9685 library, use the following command to install the library. Sudo apt-get update, sudo apt-get upgrade. Step 3. Install PCA9685 and ServoKit library. If you are using Bookworm system in Raspberry Pi 4B/5B, please run following commands. Step 4. Type following command to download the sample code. Step 5. Put the robot car on the ground and run following command. After the above Python is running, your motors will move forward for 0.75 seconds and then move backward for 0.75 seconds. Turn left for 0.75 seconds and turn right for 0.75 seconds, then shift to right, then shift to left, then do some omnidirection move and stop. By the end of this lesson, your Raspberry Pi will be fully configured, and you will be able to remotely control the robot car and execute movement commands. Python Mecanum.py. The car will move in the following sequence: forward, backward, right parallel shift, left parallel shift, diagonal left forward, back to original point, diagonal right forward, back to original point, left turn, and finally stop.